It is 1 hour 30, Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. Israel's cabinet has ordered what it called a severe answer to the capture of 2 Israeli soldiers by the Lebanese Islamic militant group Hezbollah. The cabinet announced the order after an emergency meeting late Wednesday. Reports say the cabinet ordered attacks against Hezbollah bases and Lebanese structures. The aim reportedly is to remove the Hezbollah threat from Israel's northern border. Hezbollah captured the soldiers early Wednesday. Israel then moved troops into southern Lebanon and bombed roads and bridges. 8 Israeli soldiers have been killed. Lebanese officials say Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 2 Lebanese civilians. Palestinians in Gaza City say Israeli warplanes have attacked the Palestinian Foreign Ministry building. It is not clear if anyone was in the building at that time. News reports say the Israeli raid also damaged homes and injured at least 10 Palestinians. On Wednesday, Palestinian officials said at least 23 people were killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip. The officials said one attack on a house in Gaza City killed 9 members of one family. 35 other people were wounded. Hamas rebels reportedly were meeting at the house. Reports say a military leader of Hamas, Mohammed Deif, was wounded. He is one of Israel's most hunted men. Israel blames him for several Palestinian bombings. Iraqi officials say gunmen attacked a bus station north of Baghdad and seized 24 Shiite Muslims. Officials say they found the victims' dead bodies in another village. Also Wednesday, the top American military commander in Iraq said Al-Qaeda terrorists and Shiite rebels are mainly responsible for the increased violence. General George Casey spoke in Baghdad. In other news, former Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein has been on strike by not eating for almost a week. 3 other former Iraqi leaders, also on trial, are on a hunger strike. They are all protesting what they say is a lack of protection for their lawyers. Hundreds of supporters of Mexican presidential candidate Andrés Manuel López Obrador have gathered in Mexico City to protest election results. The supporters are demanding a recount of the vote held on July 2nd. They say they have evidence of cheating. This reportedly includes video recordings of a person filling ballot containers with votes in the state of Guanajuato. The candidate announced as the winner of the Mexican presidential elections, Felipe Calderón, has called for calm. The country's election committee has until September 6th to rule on an official objection made by Mr. López Obrador. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. At least 11 people have died in Chile after heavy rains caused major flooding. Officials say rising rivers have forced more than 25,000 people from their homes in southern Chile. The rains and floods have cut off power and roads. Chilean President Michelle Bachelet has declared an emergency in the southern area. A volcano has burst in the southwestern part of Colombia. The Galeras volcano poured out rocks, gas, and ash. No injuries were immediately reported. Colombian officials have ordered almost 10,000 people to move away from towns near the volcano. About 2,000 people have already left their homes. The Galeras volcano is near the town of Pasto. The United Nations Security Council has strongly condemned the train bombings in Bombay, India, on Tuesday. The Security Council President made a statement in New York. He said terrorism is one of the most serious threats to international peace. Earlier, Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said the train bombings would not divide the country. He spoke on Indian national television. The 7 bomb explosions on passenger trains killed at least 200 people. About 700 others were injured in the city, also known as Mumbai. Foreign ministers from 6 nations have agreed to again present the issue of the Iranian nuclear program to the United Nations Security Council. The ministers from Britain, China, France, Germany, Russia, and the United States reached the agreement at a meeting in Paris on Wednesday. French Foreign Minister Philippe Douste-Blazy said Iran has given no sign that it is prepared to seriously discuss an offer of economic aid. Iran would receive aid if it stopped processing the mineral uranium. Mr. Douste-Blazy said the 6 nations will prepare a possible Security Council resolution that could lead to restrictions against Iran. Montenegro is officially celebrating its independence as the world's newest state. Several leaders gathered in the capital, Podgorica, on Wednesday to attend the ceremony. They include the presidents of Serbia, Slovenia, and Croatia. Montenegrin President Filip Vujanović said, "A great dream has come true, not by fighting or talks, but by a democratic vote." The people of Montenegro chose to leave a union with Serbia in a special vote last month. The independence celebration ends Thursday. 2 astronauts from the United States Space Shuttle Discovery have successfully completed their 3rd and final space walk. Pierre Sellers and Michael Fossum spent about 7 hours floating outside the shuttle. They tested some special material to see if it could be used to repair the shuttle's protective covering on future space trips. NASA officials have permitted the return of Discovery to Earth on July 17th. And now, briefly, here again is the major news of the hour. Israel's cabinet has ordered what it called a severe answer to the capture of 2 Israeli soldiers by the Lebanese Islamic militant group Hezbollah. Palestinians in Gaza City say Israeli warplanes have attacked the Palestinian Foreign Ministry. And in Mexico City, hundreds of supporters of Mexican presidential candidate Andrés Manuel López Obrador have gathered to protest the recent election results. And that's the news in VOA Special English. From Washington, Jim Tedder reporting.